Wait, contains wheat, eggs, milk, and soy. What? Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be bringing to you a different kind of video, talking to you about what I've learned since I've been vegan and kind of why I failed. So if you're interested in hearing kind of all my mess ups, then stay tuned to this video, because if you're new to veganism or whether you've been vegan for a while, then you probably can relate to some of these things, and I don't know, maybe you'll learn something new. So stay tuned. If you see my last video where I gave my vegan update, kind of where I am right now, then you know that I mentioned that I've been vegan I've had a plant-based diet for probably less than a year now. I don't really know the date, but so over the course of the time I've learned so much, and I kind of learned that there's levels to this, okay? And I just have not been completely vegan this entire time that I thought I was. Primarily rookie mistakes, I don't know, but also just things that you have to learn throughout the journey. So I want to kind of speak to y'all a little bit about that, because I think that it's helpful. I wish that I had somebody else who told me this when I first started being vegan, or at least thinking that I was for so long, and knowing that in hindsight I had made several mistakes, several. So the first thing being just reading labels. You never know how many things contain milk and eggs. It's just ridiculous. Like this can of soup, it's ridiculous. Like this can of soup that I have, it contains wheat, eggs, milk, and soy. Like, come on, it's a vegetarian soup. Like, my point is, you have to read the labels, because if you pick up something thinking that it doesn't have it, then you're going to be sadly mistaken. I also learned that wine and beer are primarily not vegan. There are some labels out there, and I stumbled across a website that told you all the vegan wines, but pretty much all the ones that I had in my house, which are the ones that are usually at the local store, are not vegan. So I'm pretty sure you have to like do some research and figure out which one those are. I just decided to not drink it, because I'm not gonna just like go order some wine just because I want a glass at the end of the night. It's just not that deep. And neither is beer. And if you guys want to do your own research about why, because I still don't really quite know, if you go to the website of the company, then it'll usually tell you whether it's vegan or not. For instance, I went to a restaurant not too long ago, because when I wanted to try the Impossible Burger at another restaurant, I wanted a beer to go with my burger, which was odd because I never really drink beer, but whatever. I just went quickly. It was a cider, and I looked on the website of the company because I saw that it was local, and usually local places make things better than larger commercial brands. So sure enough, they had vegan options. So that was a go. Other than that, pretty much anything else that you have in your refrigerator is not vegan when it comes to wine and beer. What I will say about that is almost all liquors are vegan. So, just stick to the liquor. You'll be fine. The next thing I learned is that cruelty-free does not mean vegan. I was really pumped up when I found this cruelty-free makeup brand, but realized quickly that cruelty-free didn't mean that it was vegan. And there's also just different standards that, companies can abide by to be technically cruelty-free, but they're still using, byproducts of animals. And that's something that I'm learning and progressing in as I'm becoming more of a holistic vegan. Next, I learned that you really have to call ahead to restaurants, because I kind of stumbled across this fact that a lot of things that you were eating initially as a vegan probably aren't even really vegan, and I'll break some of that stuff down here in a second. But you just have to call ahead, because you want to ask for ingredients. You can go on the company website and check for the ingredients if it's that important to you, which it is important to me. So I decided to start looking up stuff, but I realized once I was trying to find something to eat, I called ahead to the restaurant because I couldn't find the menu online or what I wanted online, and they sure enough came back and said like a veggie burger had cheese in it. I was like, what? Why would the burger have cheese in it? That just doesn't even make any sense to me. So nevertheless, I had to stop going there, which was not tragic, but in the moment it was, because I really wanted a burger. Just to spin off of that a little bit, I learned that not all buns are vegan. A lot of places sell like vegetarian and vegan burgers, but they're not actually completely vegan because the bun isn't. So it's like, what am I here for? I went to a place out here in Houston. They have several different locations, and their burger is a bomb. And I've been there several times since I've been vegan. And the last time I went, I realized that just to ask, I just asked because I assumed before, and I said, hey, can you tell me if your bun is vegan? They went back and checked, and sure enough, it's not. So that was something that bummed me out, because that was one of the better tasting burgers that I've had in here. Other examples are like, if you go to Asian restaurants, they use tofu a lot, and just because it's tofu doesn't mean that everything else doesn't have byproducts of animals. So like there might be a beef or a chicken broth. If you like pho, which I love pho, I now realize that I have to ask whether or not the broth is vegan or vegetarian, because I've been to restaurants where they say it's the beef broth or chicken broth only, which is beyond me because, right, it has tofu in it. But a lot of people eat tofu because they just like it, and doesn't mean that they have anything against, you know, beef or chicken. So that's one thing that I learned that you have to get clarity on as well. I learned that dairy-free does not mean vegan. So some things that I've eaten that say dairy-free and I got all excited about, but learned later on that it actually wasn't vegan. It just didn't have dairy, because there are people in life, in the world, who are lactose intolerant and just can't have dairy, but can have everything else. So I think there's a popular pizza brand out there that sells a lot of, or a popular brand in general, who sells a lot of vegan and vegetarian stuff. But this brand in particular has a non-dairy cheese pizza with just vegetables on it. So it kind of was misleading because it had vegetables on it and dairy-free cheese, but apparently, you know, the rest of it wasn't vegan, like they use eggs or milk or whatnot for the crust. So wasn't really happy to hear about that. Luckily, I only ate it one time, so it wasn't that huge of a deal, but still, it's like, come on. Another pizza brand out there, which I haven't had, but my parents ate and they told me about it, was the cauliflower crust pizza. It was a veggie pizza as well with the cauliflower crust. It was vegetarian, not vegan. So that was just one thing. You just got to be mindful. Just because something is vegetarian, it obviously isn't vegan. Another thing, just in general, I guess, that I learned is that eating out is so tough. It's so tough. You really, really have to plan things out. People are always going to try to accommodate you now that you're vegan or vegetarian, and they're going to say, what can you eat? What can you eat? Well, let's go somewhere that you can eat. Being an indecisive person when it comes to choosing a restaurant is going to be 10 times harder now that you're a vegan, because not only are you indecisive, you also have to figure out what and where to go, because your choices are not as large as other choices. So just be prepared for that, because this is a constant battle in my household, is where are we going to eat? So I suggest you do some research, write some restaurants down, your staple restaurants, and stick with those. Another thing is that not all spaghetti sauces in general are vegan, like barbecue sauce, ketchup, spaghetti sauce, any sauce. I would just check the label, because a lot of it contains milk. I don't know how many times I've made spaghetti or pizza or anything that has like tomato sauce in it, or barbecued cauliflower wings, or whatever the case is. I don't know how many times I checked the label, but I did realize when I heard someone say vegan spaghetti sauce that I should think like, well, is there non-vegan spaghetti sauce? A couple of highlights is that I learned that most AMC theaters sell vegan popcorn, because the butter oil stuff is not actually butter. So that's exciting. Almost had a panic attack when I went to the movie theater when I realized I was eating it. I asked for no butter, and I was eating it. I'm like, whoa, this tastes like butter. And I did some research and realized that it was actually vegan. So shout out to AMC, because you made my movie experience that much better. Other positive things is that you can get vegan chocolate at almost every grocery store, and you probably just walk past it. So there are several brands that are vegan chocolate, and different kinds with the almonds in it, and you know, different stuff like that, and that's wonderful. Also, vegan ice cream is a thing. There's almond-based, soy-based, coconut-based, non-dairy ice cream, which I love, because yes, you're vegan, but you're also normal. You want to have chocolate and ice cream sometimes too, right? I want some popcorn or chocolate or ice cream every once in a while. I'm a human being. Know that those are out there, and so life doesn't have to suck. Also very positive is that just with a little bit of research, you'll realize that there are tons of vegan restaurants or restaurants that have vegan options, and they might not even be a vegan restaurant. They just have vegan friendly options, intentionally or not intentionally. So, you know, although I went through this list of how being vegan is challenging and kind of what I've learned, just ending on a positive note that you probably just weren't aware that there were so many options out there. So as you embark on this journey, just know that there are options out there for you. It's just going to take a little bit of more effort on your part, which is for the greater good, right? Of yourself, your mind, body, your spirit, your environmental impact. So just know that it's all going to be worth it in the end. The first few months is going to be a little challenging, but you got this. You guys, I really do appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end. While you're here, do not forget to hit the red subscribe button so you can see all the videos that I post every single week. You guys, I really just appreciate you being here. So thanks for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So until then, peace.